We've been looking at your performance for the past 2 months, and it's not good. I am sorry to let you know, but we're gonna have to let you go.
Okay, are you sure about that? Because I've been working hard the last couple months.
Yes, I'm sorry, but the decision has been made. Is there something funny? Security, come now!
Sir, please you come with me.
It's really good with y'all, man. We back. It's been a long ride, man.
All together again, you know.
Somehow the stars aligned.
Top of the morning.
The stars align, you know, everything's in order. We back with another video for y'all.
Everybody,
The order has been restored to the Republic.
The 5 rings have come together. You like it?
I hope y'all enjoyed the little short that we showed before.
Yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed it.
You know.
Starring yours truly. Rate my actor skills. I could be an actor. This is not what I'm pursuing. You feel me? But this is something I'm good at.
Levels is high.
All right, so
we would have had a half full.
We're gonna jump right into this. Since you've seen the little video we showed before, you already know what this video is. Joker review.
Yeah, Joker review.
We might be a little late.
But
it had to come.
Better late than never.
Yeah,
as my boy Drake would say. He
fashionably late.
Because this movie was so good.
It's so good
that you could not do a review for it.
Yeah, it's just like we gotta inform the world of movie of the year. That's what we doing right now.
Definitely, easily.
Movie of the year. Like I haven't seen a movie better than it this year.
So, you said seen?
Yeah.
Like watched it?
You didn't watch it?
Look, y'all, I didn't see it.
Yeah,
I ain't see it yet. I ain't see
it
the movie. I just want y'all to know ahead of time. So if I'm looking like, you know what I'm saying, out the loop, that's why. But I'm here for y'all.
Always out the loop.
I'm here for y'all. It's all right. You know what I'm saying? Just got done pre-trial. Nah, I'm just playing.
Man,
he
survived. He like that little survive this trial.
He just came back from
the
setup. He just came back from the setup. They see us or when they see us.
Get them, man. I'm back, man. Start the show.
So,
little homie Packy, he like that, what?
We're going to get into, first we're going to talk a little bit about the origins of Joker and how they did a good job with, their version of the origins of the story. Y'all want to?
So you can take it off. You're the expert. This is your field.
I mean, is it really? I don't know. Yeah. You know more about comics than me.
Not so
maybe,
much.
Maybe.
Not so much.
My new them out? Alright, so as we all know, the origins of Joker, he had the red hood on, and Batman, pushed him into the acid or whatever, and he turned into Joker. Well, of course, director Todd Phillips, he wanted to go a different direction, more realistic route, and he had, him go down to mentally, handicapped or whatever. I don't know what do you call
disability.
That? Mental disability. Mental disability route. And, it had him, suffering from, depression and trying to fit in with everyday society. And that
fit right in.
To me, that was amazing. To me, I feel like this movie, his performance and how they set up him as Joker could have been a perfect prequel to Heath Ledger's Joker in The Dark Knight, because you didn't know his origin, and it was all over the place. He told all these stories, and his stories kind of fit in with Joaquin Phoenix Joker's origin story in this movie, if you've seen it.
So what about Keith Ledger?
Get off your seat.
Keith Ledger. Nobody.
But phenomenal acting.
It was one of those movies where when they announced Joaquin Phoenix as Joker, you kind of like, okay. But then when you see it, you like, okay. like
it's all in the tone.
He's just such a good actor in almost everything he plays in, though, to me.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, amazing performances all around.
Yeah, man, definitely. Easily my favorite Joker in real movies, man.
Even more than Heath Ledger?
The role he played, yeah.
I still got Heath Ledger as top Joker, but Joaquin Phoenix is like close second. Like, he's there.
Yeah, I agree. I would definitely say Joaquin, probably, or Heath Ledger up here, close second, Joaquin, and then you got Mark Hamill, of course, the comic book, not comic book, but animated TV series, Joker. But laugh-wise, Joaquin wins. Joaquin wins hands down. Joker, Heath Ledger, he had the performance. He was Joker. Joaquin, at the end, you didn't really see him until, spoiler alert, you didn't see him as Joker for like the last 20, 30 minutes of the movie. And then you're like, okay, he's Joker. But even, you really didn't see him as Joker, like the mastermind, the plot, the planning and all that stuff. You saw him just as a man.
Yeah.
Becoming
Joker.
A deranged dude just like figuring himself out pretty much.
Right.
Was he deranged, or was it like his circumstances that kind of made him?
It was his circumstances that made him that way.
Or was he like born like?
No, he was a good man. He was trying to fit in with society. He was a good. Did his best to try to be good, but society just.
That's what made the movie so sweet. The movie is like, it's so realistic. It's like it can happen to anybody.
Yeah. That's the good thing.
So would you say, either you die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain? Yeah. That works. I had to throw that plug out there, little Easter egg.
That's good though.
Yeah, so I mean, it make it so realistic. Like his whole story, like I can see that happening to a lot of people. Like I just don't see that far fetched. He like, I
mean, there was a lot of.
You need to tell me, bro.
They make me mad.
So there was a lot of controversy around this movie. With a lot of people tried to get it shut down.
Because it embodies them, like it is them, like
a lot of people tried to get it shut down because they said it incited violence and promoted violence,
and I can see how it does.
But there's other movies out there that do.
People looking at it and they like, that's me, like I could be that. That's me.
You know what? To be honest with you, I feel like they only said things like that because they touched on mental health.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a movie about mental health and how it can like take somebody from this just dark place.
Exactly.
And like that's probably why they only said whatever they said.
It's relatable. It's relatable. People in the audience feel like they can relate to it, and it's like, wow, this is kind of triggering something in me. Like I can feel his pain. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
For certain people, I'm not saying for everybody.
Yeah, for certain.
And then it's like, all right, well, let me go out there and get my Keith Ledger on. I'm just playing, y'all. I'm just playing. Don't hurt the comments, man. I know who he is.
But the thing is, like, hey, man, like you seen little school shooters and stuff, that type of stuff. They see movies like that and they just like, they see where he coming from, they see why he do it, and they kind of like, that's reasonable. So that's what they might have mean by incite violence. But at the same time, it's like, I mean, I don't know, bro. It's just like, it's true, but some of them people just like, there's no stopping them.
Yeah.
So it's just like, why stop us for a good movie?
It's real world. Yeah,
it's like,
people gonna do it anyway.
Like regardless, there's gonna be some people that have bad lives.
Yeah.
Everybody can't have a good life.
All right, but before we get too deep into that, let's talk a little bit about
our sponsor.
We're gonna do a little some spoilers. What was your favorite parts of the movie, and then explain why a little.
Favorite part of the movie.
Favorite scene, favorite part, favorite quote.
Man, that's a lot of good parts of this movie. But my favorite part probably is when he is when he's at home and he's like,
spoilers, remember.
Yeah, he trying to figure out what's going on as far as like his life, and he just losing everything, and this kind of towards the end, and then he get like his mom had just died. He didn't really care, and so I mean, if you said, I'm not gonna even spoil that, but he didn't care his mom died. So then the one dude show up, look, his friends from work, look, the work they got fired at. That was probably like one of the best scenes. And
that scene was funny.
That scene was like, it was funny, it was intense, it was a lot of stuff. Like,
yeah. Did y'all?
I didn't want to spoil it 100%.
Yeah.
He like that.
He like that.
One of my favorite scenes is like at the end when he gets hit by a car, or he's in a police car and he gets hit by another car, and like they drag him out. They get him out the car and like lays him on another car, and he like kind of snaps out of it. But at this time during this scene, it's like you seeing the Batman origins simultaneously happening with all the chaos that's going on around him. And then like towards the end of that scene, it's like he gets up, he looks at all the people, all the crowd that he like wanted throughout the whole movie, and then like he takes the blood from his mouth and just puts a smile on his face. That right there just had Heath Ledger Joker all over it. Like,
that was a good one. I like that. Okay. All right, my favorite scene, or one of my favorite scenes, because I was gonna say that one, but you took the words out of my mouth. But my favorite scene was the subway scene. You all know this scene. He's on the subway, and the guys, the frat boys, they're on the trailer, and they're making fun of the lady or whatever. They're trying to talk to the lady, and she's ignoring them, and he's just laughing uncontrollably. He's like. And they looking like, what? She even looked over like, what's going on? And then like she gets up and leaves. That whole scene, like how he's laughing, and they come over, he's like, no, like trying to like stop him or whatever, and they just start beating him. That boy just pulled out like headshot, like he's like first, ooh, okay.
Another scene of mine that was like, that just reminded me of like, once again, Heath Ledger is my top Joker, so I'm gonna compare him to Heath Ledger. Like, it reminded me of Heath Ledger when he was sitting on the talk show, and he was like, "What do you get when society turns their back on him?" and whatever else he said, and he was like, "You get what you blank deserve," and then he shoots him. He gets up, he starts like going back, shoots him again, then he drops the gun, he starts dancing, then he goes to the camera and just like had his face in the camera. That reminded me of Heath Ledger.
That was
like,
Heath Ledger.
Like this dude is really crazy. Like,
yeah, that part was too wild.
That was when everything descended into chaos. Man.
Yeah, pretty much.
That was great. But so overall, we're gonna do our rating and wrap this video up. And yeah, so would y'all rate this movie?
You already know I'm gonna rate it.
I give it 10 out of 10.
You like that? 10? What the hell?
10 out of 10? All right, I'm probably gonna say 10. Definitely hard 10.
Wrong with this movie.
I was kind of skeptical going into seeing this movie.
So the actor was so beautiful. I love how he embodied that role. He like that.
Oh
like,
my God.
He lost. What did he lose? 100 pounds.
He lost a lot of weight.
That boy was.
He was thin though.
Man, bro.
Like,
that's true.
I like how when they put out the trailer, they show like, each trailer they barely showed anything.
I love how they did the trailer.
They
like
barely showed
and
anything.
this is something y'all need to learn from us true movie watchers. We know when the trailer adds, the movie not. Like, cause that's usually how it is. Like,
the trailer was garbage.
Yeah.
I'm serious. Like, I'm watching it. Like, what is this movie about?
I'm like, this one about to be good. Cause the trailer trash. I'm like, oh, this about to be good.
Yeah. Well, y'all got a little something.
Definitely 10 out of 10.
Little movie token.
Yeah, so, man. So y'all definitely should go see it. It's like movie of the year.
I'm definitely voting movie of the year.
Yeah, me too. Like, easily. I don't really know.
I
It's
don't
better
know.
than
one
Avengers. Like,
I don't know if
Name
it's
one
movie
better.
of the year.
Undecided.
No, it's movie of the year.
I was gonna say
It's
Avengers was good, but I feel
I
like
didn't like Avengers.
I feel like
Avengers
Avengers
wasn't better than the last one.
It was better than.
I didn't like Avengers.
It was better than the Avengers.
Yes.
We talking about
Yes.
Avengers. What is that?
The second one?
The one that came,
Endgame.
yeah, that one wasn't that good.
Endgame was alright.
Endgame not better than Infinity War.
Endgame was great.
No, it's not. Okay,
Yeah.
so I thought you meant
Endgame was
Avengers as
great.
the whole franchise.
But we're talking about this year.
Endgame.
This year. Got
Can
it.
we name? Okay, can we name one movie besides Avengers and Joker that was good this year? That's what I'm saying. It's better than Avengers.
Detective Pikachu.
It's better than Avengers. It's better than Avengers.
Oh,
Just
snap.
completely ignorable.
Did Mission Impossible come out this year, or was that last year?
No, that
I was gonna say hard line. That's not Mission Impossible. I think that is last year, late last year.
I was letting no good movies in that came out this year. That's
The Grinch.
Cats.
That mess.
I can't think of no movie.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, like I said, so it's easily movie of the year. I feel like Avengers was about to grab it, and then they was just like, not today, like not today. So,
but there's some trash movies.
The fact that we can't come up with nothing just goes to show that.
Yeah.
If you can think of something, put it in the comments. Let us know.
Let
You know
us
what I'm
know.
saying? But right now, I'm drawing a blank.
Captain Marvel wasn't not even worth mentioning.
Did that come out this year?
About that.
That came out this year?
Beginning of the year.
Was it?
it seems so far away.
Probably like 2016. You like
That was this year.
It does seem like a minute ago.
We are in October. That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. So go check it out. Comment, subscribe.
Help us get to that 1,000 subscriber
that bell.
mark, man.
Click that bell.
Notifications and stuff.
Look, the more y'all subscribe, the more we come.
Yes.
If you build it, they come.
Yes.
And we got the shorts. We're trying to bring the shorts back. So
Don't
Hey.
think too much. Don't think
We
too
trying
much
to-
into
we
it.
trying
we're trying to bring the shorts back.
Hey,
Y'all stop
and
thinking it, bro.
stay tuned for your boys' first short.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Get over to the Zane Effect and
Yes.
follow
Short
this man.
coming soon.
Short coming soon.
Release within the upcoming week. It's going to be dropped in October. That's all you need to know.
Oh yeah.
In the coming week.
Coming week.
Yeah.
It's done. It's just
Starring,
ready
In
to
the
put it
final
out.
process, final
starring
process.
Usain Bolt as Dejan right here. Y'all see what I mean when the movie drop? Let me know what he do. Let me know what he clocked in at. Let me know what he clocked in at, man.
So we're done. Thank you all for watching.
Watch the next review.
Stay tuned for the next review.
Hit that bell icon.